John 8:31 says, "If you abide in my word, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Just like you might be wondering. The guys he said this to asked, "Free from what? We've never been slaves. How can you set us free if we've never been slaves?" Jesus tells them, "Everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin." The slave does not remain in the house forever. The Son remains forever. So if the Son sets you free, you are free indeed. How do you get set free? By Jesus. Repentance. Faith in Jesus. It says in Romans 10:9-10, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Nobody's perfect. So don't try to get perfect before you go to Jesus. That's what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to feel like you have to be perfect to call on Jesus, to talk to Jesus, to listen to Jesus. It's not true. Jesus wants to clean you. Ask him for help. Talk to him. Read his word. Learn what he wants you to do, not what the world wants you to do, not what your flesh wants you to do. Learn what Jesus wants you to do. Jesus set me free from crippling anxiety since I've been in a car seat. I'm 22 years old. It was a long time ago. I've been dealing with that for a long time. Gone. Haven't had it since. Crippling depression that I've had since I was 12 years old. Panic attacks. I don't know when those started. Gone. Haven't had one since. Haven't had one since. I had panic attacks so bad I would pass out. I'd hit the floor. Lose consciousness from anxiety and panic. Gone. The doctors had no idea how to deal with that. I had no idea how to deal with that. I tried every coping mechanism. I was on multiple different medications at the same time, right? Gone. Jesus sets you free. I tried to drown those things out with all sorts of different things, but alcohol, 7 days a week sometimes, right? I'd start drinking as early as noon. I abused that stuff so bad to try to drown out all this noise, all this different pain, all these different mental health issues. I was abusing different kinds of substances, marijuana, from the time I woke up to the time I passed out. Sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd go outside and smoke. Or I'd roll over and I'd grab an edible. Or I'd roll over and grab my dab pen. All sorts of different stuff. I hated everything. Everything. Everything and everyone. Right? I was tired of living like that. Absolutely sick of it. I was going to take that into my own hands. Right? Jesus saved my life. End of story. If Jesus didn't save my life, I wouldn't be here. Call on Jesus. Build that relationship with Jesus. It's not all these rules, not all these man-made rules, right? It's a relationship. Build that relationship with Jesus. He will help you. He will set you free. Follow his commands. When you follow his commands, you'll live a blessed life. And man-made rules and God's commands for us are two completely different things, right? If I tell you, you have to wear a I Heart Jesus shirt everywhere you go. You have to wear a cross necklace everywhere you go, right? What do I know? What do I know? If God tells you in here that you need to live a certain way, don't you think the guy that created you would lead you in the right direction, right? Man-made rules and God's commands are two completely different things. Two completely different things. And when you start listening to God, everything will change. You will never feel better. call on Jesus.